Alright, it's been, another gap in time. Uh, I always never seem to remember what I was doing last time I was doing any of this, but I've got enough RP to craft some stuff. I think I should probably do something. I shouldn't just waste it. But I also don't know what to even do in the first place. There's gotta be some sort of material that I can make that would actually be useful. Because I do just need to get this shit up. I ain't got no iron. Don't think I have his copper. Looks like I'm just gonna make a whole bunch of broadswords. Okay, never mind, no crafting. Yeah, that was a attempt. I don't really know what was happening last time, except I just came back officially. Gonna go around doing the errands. I know I have a lot of shit to plant, and there's a boss that I'm going to kill today. Or at least that's the game plan. You know, everything could quite easily fall apart in the meantime. I need to capture a water element monster, which would probably help me out a lot. I also need to plan a lot more shit. Need to clear the field. I'm starting to remember a whole bunch of the things. I feel like there's an event or something. Also, gifts to give people. Is Annette coming? I know she normally comes at this time. She likes cherries. Come on. There you go. Right on time.
Huh?
Yeah, I know.
Morning. The
Yeah.
weather is so nice.
It is. It's kind of sunny. Oh, wow. What do you know? Yeah, give me my mail. This is the only reason why I keep you around, Annette. Yep. For the mail. My shop is in serious trouble. Man, I'm in a pickle. At this rate, my shop's gonna have to close down. You don't want that, do you? Help me, please. From Danny. Oh, Danny boy. Sorry, I can't help you. Maybe you should expand your business, or I don't know, not have shit business tastes.
I wish I was like that.
Like what?
What's wrong, Annette?
I saw a dancer when I was at another town.
Okay.
She was beautiful and tall and wore
I feel like I've
gorgeous
had this
clothes.
conversation before
I
with
just
you.
really admired her.
Well, that's
But
cool.
I respect you more because you stay so chill.
Yeah, no, we've had this conversation before. Way to waste my time. I don't think this one's happened before. Wow, thank you for noticing my physique. Well, that's all the conversation we're getting out of you.
Morning.
Yeah, you already said that. I did. Now get out of here. You're no longer required. See, the problem with this game is there's a whole bunch of schedules, and you have to, well, you don't have to. You could quite easily ignore everyone, and then just become friends with the few people you actually want to. But, I don't know, that seems half-assing it. But I don't think I could keep up a decent conversation and remembering everyone's schedules at the same time. Because, I pretty much have to talk to myself, or, try to come up with something unique. Also, everything kind of conflicts, and then it becomes harder to keep everything up. And then, I don't even have all the people unlocked in this game yet. We are quite obviously missing people still. Also, I haven't looked at the relationship. Yeah. We haven't met about 7 people. Who am I least friends with? Who's probably Marco? Yeah, oddly enough, in the real world, I've recently talked to a lot of minors, and there are a lot of minors in my life recently for some god fucking reason, and I blame VR chat for that. But you know, that's fine, I guess. They just annoy the shit out of me sometimes. But you know, don't real friends do that in the first place? I guess. I could not have imagined how my life would have turned out, like at this exact moment, I guess. Pretty much shunning, well, not shunning, but hard to keep up a conversation with all my old friends and parents back home, mainly because I don't really see any of them, and I work a lot now, and I just kind of I don't know, just I'd say relationships are hard to maintain, but I'm just a lazy fuck, so it's quite clearly my fault. Also, I know I got a lot of seeds. Too many seeds. Okay, what plants faster? 4 days? Do turnips get planted faster? Or flour? I thought that was like fertilizer or something. Where are my other seeds? Okay, 4. They both grow at the exact same rate. Lovely. How many? Looks like I could fit them in about 2 spots without tilling any more land. So, you know, that just means I have to divide it in half. So 1 there, and then 1 in the other place. And I'm good. I can't water the field with that, much to my dismay. I will water the field with the blood of my enemies. Even though only Mist and Annette go onto my property. No, 1, okay. Mist, Rosetta, Annette, and Cinnamon when she goes fishing. I never gave Cinnamon any, presents yesterday. Not really sure why. Just, I didn't, because I never saw her. She, never appeared before me. She went out of her way to go elsewhere. Monsters, and I have no monster feed. He's been living off of goodwill this whole entire time. I came up to him with a brush. I'm like, hey, do you want to live with me? And he's throwing fireballs, not understanding what's going on.
Hey there.
But he knows he can't live without this feeling anymore. It's just a part of him. And he lives off of nothing but my love. I will take Shin. You are my property. Let us go. Yeah, let's go, Shin. What level are you? Damn, I still can't ride you. If only you were more mobile and readily accessible to the masses. Like public transportation. What a shame. Did I ever get the Rune vacuum? Okay, I did. So that was a thing that happened. Did that happen off screen? Okay, I can't remember. I should probably start bouncing out Rune soon enough. But, that's almost gonna be its, like, a whole episode to itself. A lot of people didn't like the Rune mechanics. I'm fairly certain if we've gotten this far, I've explained them at some point. Even if I can't necessarily remember that, or try to keep that in my head. I feel like someone's at the beach. The only thing that would help any of this out would be a map that shows everywhere where anyone is, like in the newer Rune Factory games. That's about one of the best things about the newer one. Well, not newer, but I think they all came out like 2010 to 12 era. Most of them came out like that. Which make these games getting fairly old now that I think about it. I want to say the first one came out in like 2007 or 2008, but this is just guesswork and speculation on my part. I have no actual real idea when any of these came out. I know I've got a lot of gifts and presents on my person, and I'm going to have to start funneling Runeys eventually, but I'll have to try to remember to say that for another episode. Like, not this one. Or probably not even the next one. Like 2 episodes from now, which is really just 2 days from now. Wow, I am missing and striking with all these people. Because they spawn in certain places, but I think at 11 it's... Okay, never mind, you're here. Yeah, just talk. Okay. That's cool. Just by talking to everyone, you know, I get their, like, little bars up. There you are, you goddamn bookworm. I got trout for you. You put in your pants or something. I don't know what you do. I just know you release them. You don't even eat them. You don't like it when I cook them. You just like me giving you the fish so that you could release them into the wild. Okay, yeah, let's just look at this shit show real fast. Okay, I'm gonna need to max out my farm with 50 Runeys. Is the max... Hold on, can I see it anywhere? The max is either 50 or 60 and your farm never dies on them, so I just need to do that eventually so that I can unlock the prosperity effect where your crops start growing faster, because that would be very helpful in this game. And you know, later on when the Runeys start wiping each other out, that's gonna be a hassle in of itself, because if that happens and I let it happen, which I'm not, but if it were to happen, everything would start dying rapidly.
May I help you?
And it would
Good morning.
make
If you
everything...
get sick or poisoned?
No, I could just make my own stuff. Why are you so selfish? Why do you want money for the church? You don't even do anything.
Oh,
The only thing you do is for like real emergencies. You're not even a real doctor. You're a nurse. You assist. You hand the doctor scalpels and... I know, probably still a hard job, but like, not as difficult. You don't have to perform like a surgery, a operation.
For me?
The most you're probably going to do is, like, in this game, probably, is assist in childbirth whenever I knock someone up eventually. But, speaking of that, if you married her, what would happen? Like, who would you talk to? Who would you even... Because she'd be the one pregnant, so you wouldn't be able to talk to her and be like, hey, you're the only one who can deliver a baby and you're the one who's pregnant. Oh god, this is going so horribly. I know you like rice, but I think that's when it's cooked. Alright, I'm gonna have to say it here. I'm giving up on half these people eventually.
thanks.
Well, damn it. Everyone liked bamboo shoots, I thought. Like it was the give-all be-all gift, but apparently that is incorrect. Also, did I even talk to her? So I'm saying it right here, right now. If anyone watches this or has any sort of opinion right now...
Why don't
No, stop, shut up. If anyone has an opinion now of who I should marry or date, say it now, so I could just aim for them. We haven't even, like, seen 2 of the bachelorettes right now, but I'm going to... Well, you saw them in the opening credits if you've even bothered to watch it this far, or... Hell, I don't know. Just fucking say who you want me to marry, if you even care. Otherwise, I'm going to try to spread myself thin, just to keep the options open for everyone. And then, as soon as, you know, someone bothers to say anything whatsoever, bada boom, I pick them.
for me?
Hell, what was it? I'm fairly lazy, I'm not gonna lie. That's why these come out pretty irregularly. back before they used to come out. We used to have like 2 episodes every week. Now we're gonna have about 1 every week just because I'm hardcore juggling my shit because I don't understand how any of this. Well, not how I don't understand how it works. It's just I work too much, and then when I get home, all I want to do is lay down and stare at the wall. And then I go back to work for another 12 hours. And it's a pretty big morale killer, I'm not gonna lie. Also, it'd be a lot easier, and this would go a lot smoother if I just knew everything, like what to do, and I could just cut half these people out, and then I wouldn't have to talk to them, go around giving them gifts how I'm doing right now.
You sure are. The weather is...
I know what they all like and don't like. In fact, there's a very specific girl who doesn't like anything. What is it? There's 3. Okay, there's technically 4 more girls to unlock, I believe, unless I'm forgetting someone. But I really hope I'm not. This one likes flowers, but I think cherries or strawberry counts as a sweet. I'm gonna try cherry, but I'm not sure. Give me a better response. Yeah, okay, she stuttered. That means she liked it. Well, okay, that's pretty much everyone I deign to care about, I believe. No one else really has anything going on for them. Beanstalk, need to go up to water the flowers. Oh, cool, you're fishing. Actually, you tell me about the constellations. Are there any constellations?
Hi.
Oh boy, there fucking are. A bit late at night, try to stay awake. Well, I don't remember this, but they only... Oh, no. Okay, they only appear at certain times in this game. So, instead of going to bother and stay awake for all that, I'm just gonna cheat and Google it. So... That's what I'm doing right now, like a big filthy cheater. Time, it's looking like... Blah, blah, blah. 9:30. Alright. That's fine. I need to kill time anyways. I hope the clock was actually ticking when I was going off to go do that. Miss, what are you doing for my house? Get out of my property.
Fighting monsters again?
Don't judge me. It's what I like. It's the only thing I enjoy. You're trying to take away my only little bit of happiness away from you, Mist. Well, from me, Mist. Your best friend, Rag. And that's shaming, and I don't approve of it. Oh yeah, Shin does seem happy. You know, with that blanket stare where he's floating slowly behind me. Like some sort of marauding rapist. Should probably pet a fish, because that's probably a water elemental. And then if I get a water elemental, that would mean I could water my crops once I rub them down and keep them happy. But Shin's probably only happy without food, because I keep taking him out every single day on these adventures, where I quickly leave him behind. I also probably need to gather ore and other stuff, but... yeah. Special hand. Alright, where's the shit? Fuck you. That's right, you're dead. Well, I'm glad this isn't, like, disappearing, but I think that's... No, I'm thinking of Animal Crossing for, the GameCube? Not Middletown, not that one. Actually, I don't know which one it is. It's more like the bulky one that, kind of, like, stands out. I don't remember how monsters level up in this one, actually. I think it has to do with, I think they have to actually attack, and if they land successful attacks, they can level up. But if it was just me doing all the work and effort, that'd be pretty cool too. Would definitely make it easier. But I'm mixing and matching a lot of things that I remember, since last time I tried to play this was almost a year ago. It's funny how that most series take me a year, and I haven't even done half a month like worth of time in this game, and it's already been about that much. So close. These only take about 4 days to grow, so they should bloom either tomorrow or the day after. I'm not quite sure. Thank you, flower. Then away I go. Alright, and with this being taken care of, that means I can go take a bath now. Honestly, the two easiest characters to probably level up would probably be either Mist, because you get all the things that you need to level her up at the very beginning of the game, which are turnips, or Annette. No, not Annette, but Melody, because you should be taking a bath every day. If you're not playing the game right. It's 10 gold, and just
Welcome.
take the bath,
That will be 10
and you get all your health and RP back.
Hello.
And every time you do take a bath, you get a little bit of a like friendship or love up. So that's a good thing. You should be doing that. It's a very easy thing to do. I don't know how much I can stress this or keep repeating myself, but I could probably go on for a bit longer. Well, let's see. I remember leaving off on my military story. That was, let's see, I visited Guam, and then next was Dubai. Guam was in Halloween. Well, Dubai, the next time we actually went there, was for Christmas. That was our next time we went to shore. And pretty much went there and wandered around Dubai. Went on a field trip of a sorts, or they drove us out into the middle of a desert in a Humvee. Now, I was out in the store area, like, they call it beer on the pier, and it's just like a little, well, actually in Dubai it was called an oasis, and it pretty much sat around. There were stores, fast food chains. They had a, I want to say it was a Burger King. So and it was like in a shack. I've never seen a Burger King styled like that before. And I went over there and I just hoarded on food and a whole bunch of water. Like I've never eaten anything in my life before. And then I went on the field trip. And everyone was like, hey, the bus ride's gonna take an hour and a half out into the middle of a desert. So I was like, nah, I'll be fine. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. Okay, so I'm just gonna run my story. What would you imagine the boss is? If you guessed a chicken griffin, that's instead of an eagle mixed with a lion, but a chicken and a lion, it'd be it wouldn't be incorrect. Just like Dark Souls, am I right? Oh no, I'm dead. No, I'm not even joking about this being like Dark Souls in a way. You don't want to get hit, like, at all. So, I drank a lot. I had to pee really, really badly on this long-winded, like, bus trip. And, it wasn't fun. I needed to pee for, like, a very bad and long amount of time, and there was no way to rest anywhere. And we get out the bus, and I'm thinking we're finally gonna be able to pee, but there's no restrooms. We're still out in the middle of the desert, and they load us into Humvees. And I was thinking about getting ready to just like do it out in the sand, but I don't know about like the laws of public indecency in a Middle Eastern place like the UAE, United Arab Emirates. But so I decide not to risk it, even though I have to do my business really badly. Oh no. Okay, that was a risk. No more. Oh no. So I just kind of bear with it. We go in the Humvees. We're going up and down desert dunes. Still not a good time. About 15 minutes later, we eventually get to a place where we could rest and restore. And it's like a little mud fort out in the middle of pretty much nowhere. And I pretty much beeline it there. It's almost getting nighttime. And I get to the restroom. Finally, relief is in sight. And I go to use it. And I just feel completely relieved after all of that. And I left all my people behind just to go use the restroom in a foreign country. Not exactly like the smartest move, but it's what I do. Hey, I did it. And then I get a whole bunch of free items. I eventually do that, and the doors are so shoddily made because this is, oh my god damn it. Everything is conspiring against me, including myself. I don't need all the scrap iron. But the doors are shoddily made. They're made out of like shitty plywood, and they're not even like sanded down. So I ended up like cutting my hand really, really badly, and I'm just like bleeding in the bathroom, and I still can't even unlock the door, is how bad my situation is. And I eventually kind of kicked down the door. Like, it's not like I kicked it down, but I kicked it, and it pushed itself out. It kind of cracked, but it wasn't broken, and I could free myself from outside. And I just kind of walk out. My hand's like bleeding. I have like 2 splinters and like a... It's not a deep like cut by no means, but it was a long cut, so it went like down half of my finger. And I just had to deal with that. And I go back. We eat a whole bunch of like styled buffets. There was their state, or, well, not state bird because it's not a state, but their country's bird, like that they have on all their monies. So they have a I'm gonna mix up their money with the Bahrain equivalent, but there's a dirham and then a dinar, and I probably have some of the money lying around somewhere. Actually, there's some right here folded behind my computer, you know, because I'm very savvy with that kind of stuff. And okay, so Bahrain has dinars, so that means oh yeah, I unlocked the portal to the boss. So that means Dubai, the UAE, has dirhams, because, you know, that's how that works. Solution of elimination. And yeah, so they have a bird on their thing. It's some sort of eagle. I'm not exactly sure, but it's like there. And he's like, "Do you want to hold it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to hold the bird." So I got like photos of me holding the bird. Damn it, I just missed that too. Didn't even ship nothing. Oh wait, got things to ship now. I don't need all you fishes. I don't need a lot of this. So pretty much, I hold the bird. It's like flapping, and the guy's yelling at it in like I guess Arabian. Probably not correct. I am horribly offensive, but that's fine, I guess, you know. Didn't really expect to learn any valuable lessons or morals while I was over there. But, he pretty much shouts at it, it stops slapping, and I get some really cool photos. And then there's this very stereotypical, black guy walks up, and, he's like, "Do you want to hold the bird, my friend?" And the black guy, you know, he's just like, "Yeah, sure, I want to hold the bird." He's like, "But it's scaring me, though." And he's like, "No, no, no, don't worry, my friend." And he goes to hand him the bird, and the bird starts freaking out. And he has it on a little rope thing, so it doesn't fly away. And he's got, like, a rug, like a thing that stands on for his hand. And, he's, like, shouting at it in Arabian, like, even, like, louder. And the guy's clearly getting spooked. He doesn't want to hold the bird anymore. And he's like, "Yo, man, get that bird away from me." And he's like, "No, no, no, my friend." And he's just like, he increases the shouting at the bird. And it's, like, flapping. It falls off of his, like, rope thing. And the wings are clipped, so it can't fly. So it's dangling upside down on the rope. And he's just yelling at it in Arabian. And the guy, he's just freaking out because this is pretty scary. Just because the bird clearly doesn't want to be doing what it's doing right now. And he's got a little mask for it. And, like, he eventually, like, he picks it up upright by picking up the cord and acting like pulling it upright using the cord, not actually touching the bird to, like, balance it or anything. And then he puts the mask on it, and he's, like, yelling at it while it's in Arabian. So the mask, it's not like it's a muzzle or anything. It just goes over the bird's, like, face, like a luchador mask, except it covers the eyes. So now the bird can't, see, and it's just still kind of flopping out, and he's still yelling at it in, like, Arabian. But the bird eventually calms down. Then he tries to hand it to the black guy, and he's like, "Man, I don't want anything to do with that bird." And he's like, "No, no, my friend, come here, come here." And he just walks away, completely, like, scared of, like, the Middle Eastern birds that they have now. It was great. It was a interesting time. I also ended up running my foot over on an RV there because they never told us how to drive it, and what I assumed were the brakes weren't working, but it turned, so I kept, like, trying to put my foot in the sand to stop it, and then I ran over my foot while I was on the vehicle, and it hurt, obviously, but it didn't leave any marks whatsoever on my body, besides the fact that it hurt. And I just, like, get up and I'm like, "Hey, how do you stop this?" Because they make you sign a waiver, and they're like, "You push button." Like, in very broken English, I'm told this, and I'm like, "It's dark, I can't see anything. We're going over these sand dunes on an RV in the middle of the night, in the middle of the desert." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, just hit the button." Now, which button would this happen to be? And, he has to get off his RV to show me, because all the RVs are different. Each and every one's, like, a different model. Like, they just all acquire these from different places. And turns out my model doesn't have any brakes whatsoever. And the thing that I thought were the brakes, and they just don't work. Dubai was a fun place. They had a mega mall. I'm probably going over the time limit, but that's fine. I'm just coming here to give everyone last-minute presents. But they have the world's largest building and what I would assume is the largest mall. Oh, whoa.
Sorry if it seemed like I was being shameless in expressing my fondness for this.
Oh, Turner, you're a freak. I forgot you just eat this on command.
Hey.
So anyways,
Good evening.
the world's tallest building is in the world's largest mall, I would assume. I'm not really sure if that's how that works or if that's how the layout is. But, they do have the world's tallest building there. I went in it. I thought I was gonna die several times because of the heights. Those were fun. It's all surrounded by glass, so you could look out and see everything. There's 2 really big malls. They both go to 4 stories, and they're almost several miles long, and they have multiples of the same stores inside of them. And just wandered around there eating really fancy crepe stuff. You don't tip in these kind of restaurants. Learned that. I mean, someone said it out loud. It made sense to me because I've heard it before. But someone else tried to tip at her table because you go out in groups, and they someone had to yell at them, letting them know. And my playing was fire. Not today. Alright, let's end this before I kill myself. I'll finish the rest of the story in the next episode, because I'm gonna start it up. So this time I'll actually remember what I'm talking about. So, yeah, see you later.